Hello and welcome to the week-long Sabrina-thon. Today we are talking about episode 4, entitled
The Hare Moon.
The Hare Moon. I'm Dan.
And I'm Clara.
And what did you think of The Hare Moon?
Best episode since the first episode.
I agree. I'm going to say right off the bat, I'd give it a 4 flaming skulls out of 5 flaming skulls.
So to match the first episode
I would say
for you.
so.
Okay.
I would say so. I'm excited about the pagans and the stakes being risen, and the devil got out, and Nicholas Scratch was at the top of his scratch.
He did scratch good.
He
scratched that itch.
fever. So yeah,
I love Nick so much.
He did an amazing job in this episode.
God, he really. I mean, honestly though, that scene made me angry that he hadn't been given more in every other season. That he had just been sort of left to be whatever he could act like that.
That was both his best performance and his best writing. So that was just a great thing. Him freaking out on Sabrina, even though obviously don't agree with everything that he said.
No, but it was such a good moment.
Just and such a good character moment. And so I think the only downside was just kind of Sabrina's part within that. Because, like we said, he's done so many things that deserve to be called out, that being called out on things that she doesn't really deserve to be called out on,
sort of adds to her own sort of martyr complex.
Yeah, which was kind of a bummer. And also, even beyond that, we didn't really see her reaction after he left that much. She was just I'm bathing in the moon. And then she's like, where's Nicholas? So, that was kind of a weird.
We just don't see anything. Why is everything happening off screen?
Yeah, I think they're doing a great job with Nicholas, and I like aspects of what they're doing with Sabrina this season. It felt sort of interesting that they took time away from the hell thing this episode. But I want them to get on track with actually developing her more going forward. But that said,
well, I think this will.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Hopefully. Yeah. I mean, the other big thing was the question of, is she losing her powers? Because everybody else is losing their powers, but it was very unclear whether she had her powers or not, and then how many powers she had, and all that jazz. Because she's the queen of hell. Do her powers just come from?
Also,
no. But she even goes, well, I'm the daughter of Satan, why don't you just use my blood? And they only say, well, because it's polluted because you're mortal. So in theory, she still has her powers. So then the question always becomes, oh, these pagans are doing this thing and that thing. What can she do? Also, why doesn't she try anything?
You know how they could put Sabrina in the freezer and there was no magic because of the sigils?
Yeah.
What if they just added some sigils to where Satan is? Could they stop him from acting at all? Would that get rid of all magic, from all witches, or would it just stop any interference, or
Yeah, I don't. Well, I assume it courses from. He clearly still has abilities. He made those potion things show up in his hands while he's there.
Right, but that's why they should put the friggin' sigils.
Yeah, but I guess then they would completely cut them off from his power.
Or not.
But it's interesting you brought up the sigil thing.
Even Crowley does.
It's interesting you brought up the sigil. Don't they have any sort of something like a sigil to stop the pagans from getting into their house and shit? If humans can do these sigils, why can't they? It was when they asked about oh, can you help us save Roz? And he gives her a blanket. I'm like, why don't you have herbs and things that are already imbued with magic? But they don't seem to have any mystical objects that do a whole lot.
Yeah, they should really start using sigils.
Yeah.
They should start using human magic instead of witch magic.
We'd be much better witches.
It's a time for the Fright Club to step up their game.
Yeah, well,
they
so
can learn human magic.
That's a great point. I actually thought the Fright Club was really good in this episode because for the first time they were separated from Sabrina and they had to do things themselves. So it actually made sense that Harvey's going off with a gun because that's the best he can possibly muster.
Right.
So I thought that was cool.
And actually, I'm interested in the idea that they could really help if they start learning things.
Yeah.
That could be maybe really cool. And if everyone else doesn't have magic, then it levels the playing field and gives them a chance to
do stuff.
Need to step up,
yeah. Honestly, I like the fact that they took the powers away from the Coven because, that creates a lot more stakes. At the same time, that shouldn't happen to Sabrina. And if Sabrina has her powers,
well, and if she doesn't have powers, then if I was Caliban, again, if I was Caliban, I'd just kill her.
Yeah.
Done. Right? Because she doesn't have all the supporters, like, in the same way. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd just kill her.
Yeah. But
now Daddy's back.
Now Daddy's back. Ultimately, this show is a lot of fun. I like a lot of the things they do, but none of their mythology makes sense.
And yet, it's so research. Like, I love this show because it actually doesn't, like, the logic of things don't make sense. But this actually, I would say this show is some of the best researched show about, it actually might be the best researched show about the occult that I've seen in a wacky way. But like I really feel like they're doing a lot of research.
Yeah, they just don't set up rules or explain. It's like
they're drawing on too much.
Yeah, they just don't seem to. They think their audience will never ask a question. They'll just take exactly what you say.
But then they make little quips about the like illogic nature of things, like in that recap.
Yeah,
which was great.
Enjoyed. Yeah, so maybe the idea is, we're putting too much on it because it's supposed to be silly and fun, but I don't think that it's not that zany that I can turn my brain off, right? Like they say enough mythology things that maybe you go, okay, so you have some rules, but then you just don't really follow your own rules, and that's what is just frustrating to me.
It's, you know what, I think I would be completely fine with it if they just said Sabrina doesn't have powers, then I'd stop being like, does she have powers? And then try to use the rules of the world to try to figure. If I didn't need to use the rules to figure out what was going to happen, then I would be okay.
Well, that's the problem. They don't give you the breadcrumbs you need to understand what's happening. So you end up, there's a confrontation, and I go, can she do this or can't she? And it's literally, I just have to wait and find out because they're not going to explain why she can or can't. And then even if she could, they don't explain what she can do. It just completely gets rid of any stakes because it's just like, well,
they never know whether she's all powerful or no powerful.
Yeah. Maybe this episode she'll become an angel killer and throw fireballs at that Medusa, or maybe she'll just be like, I can't do anything.
Lilith, help.
Yeah, like that's just the thing that's very frustrating. It's
Mommy Satan.
Yeah, Mommy Satan. Well, yeah, but the pagans were cool.
I love pagans.
So what do we think?
I love that. I love the sort of bacchanal like eating of the pie.
Yeah, that was cool.
Was great.
And I liked how at first they all just like had a picnic together.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny.
And I don't know.
What did you? So we think it's Pan is probably the leader, the god Pan.
I think so.
Probably. And then we have Medusa and Circe.
Yeah, I think they called her Circe, so I think she's Circe.
All right, but what did you think? How many flaming skulls would you have said?
The things really driving the rating up for me would be
Nicholas.
Like, really, really, really good.
Yeah.
And he's been my favorite character, and he had such a good moment.
And now he is a character.
And I'm worried about him.
Yep.
And also, like, Daddy Satan was so good.
The pagans.
Yeah, the pagans. They were really cool.
Yeah.
All their scenes were cool. But, like, driving it down, I guess, like, just Sabrina's reactions, like she just didn't seem upset enough about what was going on.
Yeah.
She just still seemed sort of self-centered and like fine.
That's the thing. Yeah, she just feels like I feel disconnected from her as a human being.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they make it's difficult to empathize with her even when she's being mistreated. Like so a lot of the stuff Nick was saying was like hurtful and not okay, but because of the fact that they like barely kept me in her headspace and then she didn't continue to have a headspace after that, it's harder to connect with that character. I hope they do a better job going forward. I when they get her right, the show is great, but they really struggle to get on the right path with her. Yeah. But they got Nick right, so
they did.
We'll see.
So I think all in all, I'd give it 3.5 flaming skulls.
That sounds about right. All right, I think that will end out our episode 4 review. We'll be back tomorrow with 5 and 6. So, Wednesday is episodes 5 and 6. Thursday is episodes 7 and 8. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And as always, I'm Daddy.
I'm Madam Satan.
And we hope you're flaming in hell.
I don't. I hope you're doing okay.